7 on Rise and Shine. Do get in touch with us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa 1 is our handle across those. Now, Sierra Leone has officially joined the United Nations Convention on the Protection and Use of Transboundary Watercourses and International Lakes, signaling a strong commitment to cooperation over shared rivers and lakes in West Africa. This move as climate change and population growth put increasing pressure on water resources across the region. To help us understand what this accession means for Sierra Leone and its neighbours, we joined live by Komlan Sangbana, legal officer in the Secretariat of the UN Water Convention. Komlan, welcome and good morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Why is Sierra Leone's accession to the UN Water Convention such an important step, both nationally and for the entire region of West Africa?
Yes, thanks. So actually, Sierra Leone annexation is highly significant as it demonstrates the country's commitment to strengthening transboundary water cooperation. And it sends also a very strong signal in leadership in West Africa, particularly as water is becoming increasingly central to development, resilience, and also regional stability. And now Sierra Leone is joining a group of West African nations that have acceded to the UN Water Convention recently. So actually we have 13 countries that join. 8 of them come from West Africa. And these accession are really aligned their water governance with international standard, embracing cooperative approaches to share basin management. So we really acknowledge this accession, highlighting the continent's strong and growing engagement in building a more predictable, cooperative and rule-based framework for managing shared water resources.
Two of those examples of those 13 countries you cite are Guinea and Liberia. As you say, Sierra Leone shares several rivers with neighboring
Indeed.
countries. How does the convention help countries manage these shares or shared water peacefully and cooperatively?
Yes, the convention offers practical guidance for countries to join manage variability in water resources, weather flood, drought, seasonal change intensified by climate change. It also promotes early warning system, data, information exchange, and joint planning, all of which strengthen resilience. And importantly, it creating platforms for dialogue and negotiation, helping countries to develop such important legal framework to share sustainability of water resources. So we can say that the convention helped the countries to reduce the risk that competition over shared water escalates into disputes, turning water into a driver of cooperation rather than conflict. And when it comes to the Mano River, because we are talking here about in specifically about the Mano River Union, which is comprised of 4 countries: Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, which are sharing multiple rivers and aquifer. The Water Convention will provide a common and legal institutional framework to help them to build trust and foster joint solution to share challenges that is the water availability, hydropower development, agriculture, and ecosystem protection. And we are also, when it considers also this region, out of La Sierra Leone, we also have Cote d'Ivoire, which is party. So we will work now with Guinea and Liberia to help them to join the convention and also to operationalize this MRU river transboundary water management body that is been set up to reinforce peace and integration and sustainable development in the region.
The region of West Africa sees unpredictable rainfall, and it's more and more lately, and longer dry seasons. How does joining the convention help countries like Sierra Leone adapt to these climate challenges?
Yes, as I said, the convention really helps countries to develop tools because they provide tools to the countries when it comes to dealing with climate change variability. So, and also provide guidance. And another aspect that is quite important for the country is really help the countries by providing legal and policy advice, capacity building, peer-to-peer exchange, and also guidance tools on issues such climate change, but also groundwater management, which is also coming at the very front actually for when it comes to the cooperation. And new parties also benefit from being part of the convention's institutional platform where they can network with other countries, learn from best practices, and also access technical expertise from a broad range of partners with whom we are working across the globe at the regional and also regional level.
One of the convention's goals is to help prevent conflicts over water resources. Can you give examples of how it works in practice to foster this peace and stability? I think you mentioned earlier dialogue being an important element, as well as offering legal guidance to these countries.
Indeed, an example that I can provide is the development of legal agreement, because when it comes to the Africa, we need to keep in mind that we have around 63 international river basins across Africa, but less than 29% of those river basins are governed by cooperative frameworks, and less than 10% of the continental transboundary aquifers have joint management arrangement. That means that tensions may arise, conflict can also arise. So it's important to find a way to prevent those conflicts by enabling the development of a sustainable framework to facilitate dialogue between the countries. And it's where we come, helping the countries to engage together in building trust between the different countries to come with concrete solutions, concrete principles and obligations that can help them to negotiate peacefully across those river that they share. So we are engaged in several initiatives across the aquifer. I can mention one, for instance, which is the Senegal-Mauritanian Basin Aquifer, shared between some of the country in West Africa, but also helping actually some of the country in the southern part of Central Africa region, between DRC, for instance, and Zambia, around one of the river, the Share, to help those countries to come with a concrete and agreement to preserve, protect, and use sustainably those rivers.
So 13 countries in Africa are parties to the convention, as you mentioned earlier. Do you see more momentum building and more nations joining? And what could this mean for water cooperation on the continent?
Definitely. The growing number of African countries acceding to the Water Conventions reflect really a strong continental momentum toward more, I would say, a robust transboundary water governance. And this trend is also in line with the African Union's Agenda 2063. And more specifically, let me maybe mention here the African Water Vision, which have just adopted this week in Dakar at the 14th session of the African Minister of Council of Water, which aims really to strengthen water governance at the continental level. So Transboundary Water Basin, as I mentioned, which cover the majority of Africa's fresh water, can really serve as a vital platform for regional integration, economic cooperation, and peace building. So in the run, the growing African participation in the Water Convention will help transform those shared water from potential source of tension into driver of sustainable development, resilience, and also regional solidarity. So I say that 13, but now in the process we have more than 20 countries across Africa in the different regions that are in the process, and so we really I would say we look with very hope that water will improve in terms of transboundary water governance will improve in the near future with all those countries joining the convention and also contribute to the development of the water convention globally.
Komlan, thank you so much again for your time. We appreciate your insights.
Thank you.
Great. Komlan Sangbana is legal officer in the Secretariat of the UN Water Convention, talking to us about Sierra Leone having officially joined the United Nations Convention on the protection and use of transboundary watercourses, of course, involving the commitment to cooperation when it comes to the shared rivers and lakes in the region of West Africa. Let's get our news headlines now, our time being 7:30 Central African time. Good morning, Jalani.